Hello all and welcome back to another wonderful video. Today I want to go over 5 reasons you should be playing Ponytown. Now these are gonna mostly apply to people that have not played Ponytown or have seen or heard of Ponytown but haven't quite gotten into it yet. But if you've played Ponytown and left for a while, this can still apply to you because it can give you more reasons to come back to Ponytown. And the main reason I wanted to make this list and everything like that is because recently I had a handful of people ask me about Ponytown, or maybe I mentioned Ponytown, and I think this list will help me kind of like, hey, these are reasons why you should play Ponytown. And I think if you want to, share around Ponytown or whatever, this is another thing you can be like, hey, here's 5 good reasons why you should be playing it. But anyway, let's get on with the list, which starts off with number 1, of course, and that is it has the greatest OC creator of all time. Now, when I say this I mean this pretty seriously, because all the other pony generators like Pony Lumen or whatever else, they always use a very terrible limited OC creator. It's so limited that they basically just use characters from the show and kind of just mix and match their mains, and that's usually the extent of what they can do. Now, Ponytown does it differently. Ponytown allows you to have basically any kind of main you can think of. Well, not any kind of main you can think of, because it doesn't allow you to just draw your own mains, but there is dozens of mains that you can choose from, dozens of tails you can choose from. There's leg patterns, there's accessories like socks, hats, crowns like a dunce cap, there's a bow you can wear. There's all kinds of opportunities for that. But then you have 3 different types of wings, I think even 4 types of wings at this point. You can have fangs. There's so many opportunities to create whatever you want with this OC creator. So even if you don't care about playing Ponytown to mess around with other players and stuff like that, the OC creator itself is a really hard thing to pass up, because you can jump in there, make whatever you want or whatever you can think of. I've seen everything from sharks to demons to full-on humans and giraffes. There's giraffes in this game. I've seen them before and they blow my mind every time I see them, because how did you take a pony and turn it into a giraffe? My mind is blown. It has a long neck and everything. There's so many things like this, and the OC creator is just huge. It's a big deal to me, because it's one of the best I've ever seen. You can customize almost every pixel. You can change the color of almost every pixel. It's very, very diverse. They have you can customize the outline if you want. You can change the outline of your hair but not the outline of your neck. You can change the outline of your ear but not the outline of your foot if you want to. There's so many different ways you can play around with the outline itself that it's too much for me to just make brief. But I'm gonna make it brief and move on to the next point, because if I keep talking about the OC creator, we'll be here forever. So number 2 is you can play it on any web browser for free. And yes, I'm being serious. You can play it on any web browser, pretty much any web browser, for 100% free. There's no, oh, you have to pay $60 for it. Oh, you have to pay $20 for it. Oh, you have to, donate whatever to get access to it or whatever. No, the game is 100% free, and it can be played in almost any web browser. You can play it in so many places. You can play it in your phone. You can play it on your tablet. You can play it on your laptop. You can play it on your computer. You can even play it on your Xbox if you want to. You can't play it on your PlayStation, but you can create OCs on your PlayStation, because you can still access the game from there. You just can't get into a server, but that's besides the point. Xbox, even, you can play the game fully and everything like that. You can even use the Xbox controller if you want to, which I don't necessarily recommend, but that's besides the point. You can do it, and I think that's another thing that really makes this insane, because it's a web browser game that you can play in so many different places and stuff, and I just think that's insane. Because it's free, you have basically nothing to lose besides a few minutes of your time to go in there and check it out. Maybe you want to go in there and just play around with OC customization for a minute, and then be like, okay, yeah, this has a lot of opportunities for me to make whatever kind of character I want. Let me hop in there then. It gives you an idea. It kind of teases you in. But yeah, there's not really much to lose, because the game itself is free and you can play it on any web browser. There's no download required or anything like that. You just kind of hop in there, do whatever you want, and leave. You don't ever have to come back after that, but I recommend at least trying it, because it's free, no download, just play it directly from your browser. Number 3, and I think this one is very, very important, because it is that the community itself is really is just epic. The community itself is pretty epic. There's so much going on. There's so many different like mini communities inside this larger community. The game itself has like over 70,000 members. Now they're not all in the game all at once. There's usually around 1,000 between the servers and stuff like that at any given time, but there's like 70,000 members overall. And I think that's another reason why I want to make this video, is because I'm pretty sure like at least half of those people are probably, you know, created accounts, played it for a while, and then just left for a while. I think this would help them, you know, come back and everything. But the community itself is pretty epic. There is so much going on. There's like these mini communities. There's species that you can get involved with. There's regiments that you can get involved with. There's different fandoms and stuff like that that you can get involved with. The community overall is just really, really big, and it's just the most alive community I've ever seen. It's really fun to go to different people and kind of just interact with them for a bit, you know, make some friendships and everything like that. And I think that's kind of the key point to Ponytown, is you want to go there and interact with people and make some friends. This is a really good game for doing that, because it's very easy to just go in there and make some friends, because you're most likely, like I'm like 99% sure that whatever you're into, you're going to find someone in Ponytown that's also into the same thing, and you can very easily, you know, make friendships and stuff based on that. So number 4, and this probably mostly applies to me and stuff like that, but number 4 is the game itself is very inspiring. The game is so inspiring that you can make board games inside the party house. Now the party house, if you don't know, is a house on an island that only party members can access. You can create a party yourself, or you can just go there without creating a party, and you can do whatever you want there. But if you want other people to get there, you have to create the party and invite them in and everything. But you can go to this island, and at some point there's going to be full island customization on this party island, but at the moment of, you know, as of recording this, you can only customize the inside of the party house itself. But just with that limited, you know, space, there is still so much you can do. It's very inspiring to see, you know, this huge blank slate in front of you and being like, oh, what can I do to this? Can I do this? Can I do that? And it's really inspiring, because I actually was able to like create multiple board games using this place, and one of them I actually was able to eventually turn into a real board game in real life. Greed of the Dragon, available on GameCrafter right now. So yeah, there's like so many possibilities with just the party house alone that I was able to like make a whole board game and everything like that and everything. And I think that really shows how inspiring it can be, because I was inspired by Ponytown itself to create a board game. The game itself wouldn't have existed if Ponytown itself didn't exist. And I think that's what's really truly inspiring about it, is that it allows you to kind of look at something, see that's the very minimal limitation, and be like, okay, what can I do with that minimum limitation? And create something new. It's very easy to get inspired. All you have to do is kind of start playing around with the you know, character creator, or just start messing around in the party house or something like that, and you're going to very easily start getting inspired by, you know, the possibilities and everything like that. And if you do need better inspiration, like quicker inspiration, you can just go to places like the Ponytown subreddit or the Ponytown Amino or other places like that, and just go right in and just look at different people's OCs, just look at different people's party homes and stuff like that, and that will very quickly and very easily inspire you to do something similar or something totally different that you otherwise would not have been inspired to do. This goes hand in hand with the whole species part of everything too, because there's different mini communities and stuff in Ponytown. Some of them are species. Maybe you'll see 1 or 2 species and you're like, oh man, I kind of want to make a species now. Maybe you'll see a species or something inside of, you know, Ponytown or something like that, and that will inspire you to make your own species in Ponytown and everything like that. And I think that's another thing that really makes the game inspiring. Or maybe you don't get inspired necessarily to make a species, but you get inspired to create some weird demon monster thing that you see all the time in Ponytown. And at number 5, the roleplay opportunities are too great to pass up. And I mean that pretty seriously. If you're into safe for work, not safe for work, whatever you're into, there's a roleplay for that. There's people here to roleplay with you. There's so many roleplay opportunities. A lot of people actually come to Ponytown just for roleplays and stuff like that. Some of them come here just to meet up with some of their fandoms and stuff like that. There's all kinds of fandoms here that you can meet up with and roleplay with. There's an Invader Zim community that's usually around near me for some reason. There is a My Hero Academia group somewhere. There is there's groups for everything pretty much. There's the different mini species and stuff like that. You can roleplay with them. of course, there's full-on regiments in the game too. So if you're into like a military kind of thing, you can join a regiment or something like that and roleplay with them. They usually take roleplays very seriously. So if you're into serious RPs or whatever, there you go. But there's so many other opportunities for you to roleplay. There is a /roll command. So what that does is when you use it, it rolls like virtual dice between 1 and 100. You can customize that dice too to be 1 and 20 if you want to for some kind of Dungeons and Dragons type roleplay. You can customize it to be 1 and 2 if you need a coin toss for some roleplay or something, or you can do it between 1 and 1,000 for whatever reason. There's so many different opportunities for you to do, role plays with just the dice alone. But then, of course, like we said earlier, there's the party house itself as well. So if you want to make some kind of like cafe roleplay or something like that, you can create a cafe and on your party island and your little party house and stuff like that, and invite people to your cafe and have like a little small roleplay there or something. There's so many opportunities for roleplays in this game that if you're into roleplaying and stuff, it's really hard to pass this opportunity up. It's really hard to pass up Ponytown because there's so many roleplay opportunities here for you to fully enjoy. And that's pretty much going to do it. I do want to mention one more thing here. So consider this like a super secret special sixth thing to the list here. And that is that the game is technically in alpha right now. So the game isn't even technically out yet. The game hasn't been finished. The game is constantly updating. So if you're here and you want to see more mains, eventually there will be more mains potentially. If you're here and you want to see more house items, eventually there will be more house items. The game is still updating. The game is still evolving. So who knows what's going to come next to the game, but I really wanted to mention that it was an alpha because the game isn't fully out yet, and because of that, there's probably going to be many more reasons for you to want to play Ponytown in the future, because this game is going to continue to evolve. It's going to continue to expand and get bigger and bigger, and I think it's going to be somewhere that a lot of people are going to enjoy, and I think it's something that you will enjoy yourselves. So I do hope you enjoyed, and I do hope that you give Ponytown a chance. I will link Ponytown in the description. I don't normally do that in my videos, but I will go ahead and link that in the description so you can find it and play it if you're interested. But yeah, that's going to do it for the video. I do hope you enjoyed, and if you did, please like, subscribe, share, do those wonderful things, because when you do those wonderful things, you get access to wonderful content such as this. But that's not all you get. That's not all you get. You also get to become wonderful yourself, and I think we all want that. So do those wonderful things, and until next time, stay wonderful.